your life to be a loss. Life is so much.
We are on the same page. Everyone knows.
Welcome. My name is Ovinako. Welcome. Today I want to share with you money and emotions. Money and emotions. Those with good heart, people who are very kind. A lot of the times, their problem is that they lose money easily because then they listen to people who come to ask of them for money. There's something strange about money. That if you're a good person, anytime that you have excess, you see somebody somewhere, or some organization, some friend, some family will show up just at the point where you have enough money, save, or money that you may not have so much need for immediately. They will always come and create some critical need. They will bring some business. They will bring some problem. Their child is sick. They are going to write exam. If you don't help them with school fees, they will sack them. Always, it's like that. But if you sit down and you check, good people especially, you for the last 10, 20 years, you see that you have lost a lot of money because most people who came to you to ask for this kind of money never paid that money back. Because they read people, they understand what to tell you for them to have your money. And there are people like that. Unfortunately, there are many of them. So what we want to share, we want to help those who have money, who have some good heart, how they can preserve their money. Because it's a sign of weakness in terms of your ability to manage money. When anytime you have money, people will just come and create stories and give it to them, and you're back to square one, and there's always some kind of problem somewhere. So if you're a good-hearted person, people can easily trick you for the money. I know some friends, they're on the road, they ask for money. The moment you smile to them, you're friendly with them, they want to ask you money every time you pass by. It's almost as if you don't have any time to think for yourself, because people think that once you're a good person, your money is for them, And so you have to get tougher on yourself in order to preserve some of the money that you make. Or you may have to find somebody who is more disciplined, who is better skilled, better positioned to handle your money. Because there are people, when they get money, they can't keep it. Not because they destroy the money, not because they use the money for unnecessary things, but it's just because they are not strong emotionally to keep their own money. When you employ more people based on sympathy, it means that you are using emotions. Not because the business needs it, but because you think that people need help. So sometimes you increase the salary when you don't have to. And eventually, the one thing about employing people is that you may use kindness. You think that they don't have anything to do, that's why you think. They think that they came to work for you, and at the end of the month, you have to pay them. And the same people that you are trying to help, if it gets to a point where you can't pay the money, the same people will never remember your kindness. So don't use emotions when it comes to running money, when it comes to money, or even running your business. Because one of the things that will get you into trouble as an entrepreneur, as a business person, or even as a person in general, is when you are trying to compromise so much to accommodate people to make their lives comfortable, without you putting some formula, some calculation on the money that you get. This is how much comes into the business, this is how much we can use for salary. Anytime you want to employ somebody, this is the formula. Until we get to do this, we are not employing. If you're not that much straight on yourself and you just employ friends and family and everybody who needs job, you will have trouble with your money. Because when people borrow from you, they will hardly pay back. Most people who borrow from people never turn. No, they don't even remember. Most people have problem with money. That's why they came to you in the first place. Most people think that they can trick people for money. Most people will come to you with all kind of stories, what kind of business deals, and they know that once they get the money. So one thing about money, if you want to keep some, is that once it part from your hand to the other person's hand, it's likely that it's not going to come back. So much likely that it's not going to. Very few people, I dare say less than maybe 1%, will take your money, whether it's business money or just money that they ask for, that they will bring the money back. And this kind of knowledge does not come to most people when they really need it, because we just have good heart, especially we just have good heart. And organizations will keep asking for money, for especially religious organizations, they will keep asking, they never stop. And so if you don't have some kind of discipline, you buy into this story and you get to 40, you get to 50, you get to 30, you get to 20 years, you get to 70 years, and you have nothing saved for yourself, and you struggle with money all your life because you just express money with emotions. Money is not about emotion, it's about structure, it's about you having plan, it's about you having discipline to have enough. So when somebody does not have enough money, a lot of the times it's about the discipline, because everybody makes money anyway. The discipline, you may not be wasting the money, but you may be throwing the money away by giving it to people just because they appeal to your emotions, they create all kind of stories, and they make you feel guilty if you don't help them. People will come with their rent, people will come with very critical situations, and almost all the time you would want to feel like, just let me help. It's good if you want to help, but have a certain amount that you can help people in a particular duration, and once it's over, you're not doing it, because you also have to have a certain amount that you're saving, that you're investing for yourself, because if you want to have money, you must be very strict on your plan on yourself. So many people cannot be trusted with money, and yet is the least thing that people should be trusted with. Most people cannot have excess of money to invest because we dissipate them, we destroy them, and most friends and families will come to us to ask for money. So thank you very much for watching.